Hello, and welcome back to While True Learn. Finally have some time to do some more recording, so let's make some more progress here. I guess this is an indication as to how far through the game we are. Only about a quarter way so far. Okay. And dictatorship in our future, that's exciting. Large parallel calculations. Hey, our parallelization system broke after the last Doors OS upgrade. Can you fix it? It's a very big system. Be careful. The Darkest Years of Machine Learning. In 1969, Seymour Papert and Marvin Lee Minsky wrote a book called Perceptrons. In this book, they spoke about math constraints of the first perceptrons. XOR problem. Exclusive OR, that stands for. Kind of a funny thing about English, we have inclusive OR and exclusive OR are just the same word, which can be confusing in some contexts. So for programming, we needed to differentiate between the two. People watching this probably already know, but I guess I'll just explain it. Inclusive OR means if you have A or B, A or B is true if one of A or B is true, but the other is false. And inclusive is, I believe, both. Can be okay. One or both. This book has shifted the scientific interest and funds distribution from the US government organizations, slowing down the progression of machine learning for almost 30 years. The expanded version of the book was released in 1987, containing chapters that disprove the statements from the critical remarks made since 1969. Okay. The reason I sounded maybe a little bit uncertain about what exactly exclusive OR means is because despite being a programmer, honestly, I never use this. I'm sure there are uses for it, but nothing I do requires it, so I haven't actually thought about that in over a decade. The weird thing about programming. And this game's talking about programming issues from well over a decade ago. Okay, so we have red squares, lots of red squares, and only red squares. Alright, so we got a balancer. I think this is just kind of busy work, it looks like, because what are we really going to do here? We can be rebellious, I guess. Alright, well that leads us to secret information. Good day to you. We are a secret military organization. Our code name is Protoss. Everything you are going to read further is classified. Our analysts are sending operatives to various war zones. An escalation of conflict with the enemy has recently occurred. We are in need of a self-learning algorithm capable of sending dedicated units to respective parts of the battlefield. Alright, well we have... not a lot of blue, but we do need blue on both spots, kind of. So, 3 items, 3 nodes. Everything can go here, but we want... Well, we want only green going down here. So probably what makes the most sense if we just start with a naive decision, expert system. This is a lot slower. Okay, so the naive solution, I guess I could just play it out, but... Green goes down here. So the problem with this is that this is super slow. Because, yeah, I was just gonna do something like that, which I guess we can test. We are only using 2, but yeah, you can see... actually, this is just gonna straight up fail. Fascinating. Well, it depends on how much time we get for lower metals. Oh, we get quite a bit. We're gonna need quite a bit, though. I suspect this is just gonna fail. Yeah, so like another 28 seconds total or something like that. I mean, we got halfway. Alright, so, yeah, in terms of least number of operations, that is the fastest, the most efficient way to do it if I'm hard capped on nodes. But since I'm hard capped on time, it looks like, or or soft gapped, whatever. Green still wants to go here. We just don't want green going here. But I guess what we can do with that then, decision tree color is way faster. It's about 3 times faster. And that's actually the only option we have. Okay, so we'll put green. I think the trick here is to just not care about the blues, because the blues aren't that valuable and they can go anywhere. We require 100% accuracy, but we don't care where the blues end up. So I think that the blue is just there to distract you. So green will all go down here. And this will be all of the red and half of the blues, so let's just balance it. I think that should be good enough. Yeah, significantly faster. If we want to make this even faster, I guess I could put a balancer at the start, so we have 2 different decision trees. Yeah, we've already failed. I guess I'll just let the simulation see. So we got wrong. We got silver. But if I want this to be even faster, yeah, I guess we put the balancer first. And we do a second decision tree. And so if we put the balancer first, yes, this should get us half of the reds here. 30-90. Let's see if this works. Okay, got a gold. It's been a while since we've managed to get a gold on one of these. Optimization successful. Cyber Initiative. Greetings, our company, Cyber Initiative, is into manufacturing androids. Our production lines are fully robotized. The only function, which is still performed by human workers, is logistics. We're shipping our androids to the government, military companies, etc. We would like to automate this process with an algorithm that will distribute androids depending on their characteristics. Glory to the robots. Okay, so outputs. I like how I look at this first. I could look at here, but I think looking at the outputs is more useful. So we have 2 things that accept anything, but one of them requires more than the other. Oh, this is 7. Okay, this is going to be a complicated one. Alright, so we've got a little bit of green, but all the green goes up here. The blue can go anywhere except for here. But this requires more. This requires 27, which is over half of the red. But this combined is 48, so the red on its own is insufficient. Also, actually, we had 110, 48, let's see, 58, 64, 98. Okay, yeah, we have more input than output. Okay, so what am I actually going to do here then? Expert system is slow. All right, 36 seconds. So how many splitters and stuff do we need on this end before we just stick balancers at the front? I guess we'll leave the balancers for last, because that's just a final step that we can just input in here to essentially double our output. So red and blue. Yeah, this isn't good. Maybe we should avoid using the expert system if at all possible. because 3 decision trees are faster than a single expert system. The problem with the decision tree is that it doesn't handle the third color, so we probably do want something like this eventually. No, that's the wrong way of thinking about it. We're gonna want all of the green goes up here. Is there a better way of doing it though? Because the problem with this is that we have that third color. And everything is going to need to go through one of these eventually. And this is super slow. Okay, so you know what? Let's actually... This is going to be stupid, but let's see if... we do something like that. That's our 7. So... let's just make this a bit more readable. So what we have here... we can get rid of the greens. Which there aren't that many. This isn't going to work because of this. These can take anything though, so actually I don't need expert systems up here at all. Alright, so we're just taking half of the inputs and doing that. How many inputs is this? 110? So we are getting 55 going this way. Currently split 50-50 on 55, which is not quite enough for output stream 0, but it does satisfy 1. So 1 is dealt with. But we do need to send... So all of the green from this end is going to go up here. I think that's still not enough though. So we get 2 more. 2 more outputs. We're going to have... So we only have red and blue at this point. So for one of these, we'll have red go up here and blue go down here. And then for the other one, red goes here, blue goes here. There's probably not enough coming out here. I feel like this is gonna fail, but let's see what we've got. Yeah, output stream 1 is just getting way too much. Yeah, those expert systems are slow. Okay, so as expected, everything is done. We just don't have enough data coming here. So we need the distribution to be better. Well, okay, in this case, the other way we could do it. The other way we could do it maybe is if we stick another balancer here. That gets us... do we have too much going this way? Rather than do the math, I guess I can just... I can just run the test and see what happens. Yeah, that expert system sure is slow. Okay, that improved things. We got more red. We got more red, but we're still... I think I just have to, I have to map this out. That's what it is. Just trying to guess is not working very well. Which might mean that this is becoming a game where I need to take notes, which unfortunately is going to make this very unfriendly for doing a Let's Play, because anytime I click outside of this window, the game minimizes automatically. I don't know why, it's just how it was programmed. So I can't have like a text file up where I'm taking notes. I guess I could have pen and paper, but that's not going to be caught on camera, so this is getting awkward. Yeah, we're going to start over. So I think balancing at the start is the correct thing to do. So this is 55. Which if we balance this, so this is 55 on each end. So if we balance it again, this is now 27? 27 unsorted things on each of these. If we add these two together, is this less than 55? It's exactly 50. Oh. Okay, well in that case... Isn't this just a matter of that? No, that's not going to be quite right, because this is going to get us 27 up here, plus another 12, which will be 13. What even is math? 40. 13 here. I mean, yes, actually that does satisfy 0, and it does almost satisfy 1. But theoretically, 5 of these greens are going to come down here. So if we send those 5 greens back up, that does satisfy 1 as well. Okay, so I think this actually deals with that. Also, looking at this time, and I saw 40 here. It's like, no, I don't have 40. The money isn't even that much different. Okay, so what are we going to do now? We have... This goes here, but we want all the green going up here. Now we could put the expert system in here. But we can use a decision tree instead. And just say... all the green goes here. Yeah, no, if we have the ability, we'll switch this. And then we'll just add a second decision tree. So this is going to be green and red. if it's green and half of the blues go this way, red and half of the blues go this way. No, we want all of the blues going this way, actually. Because we have 30 blue coming in here, which satisfies this on its own. Assuming this is evenly balanced. So 20 red, which goes 10 and 10. Yeah, so we don't actually need any more red there. So here. So what this structure does, this is quite useful, because this is like the expert system, but in 2/3 the time. So using an extra node to save on time. Because now we have green and blue go here. Sorry, green and red go here, blue and red go here. Which means that if I do this, these will now perfectly divide it. Green gets handled, top is now dealt with. So we have all of the red going here, the blue should satisfy that on its own. But all of the red here, I think we're short on the red because this is still only 20 red and we're going to have an overabundance. Does it show when I do this how many I've actually had? Okay, well, we had a little bit too much red going up. So I think we still have one more. So maybe here is where we use the expert system. Red comes down here, everything else goes up here. Does that give us enough? Oh, we're still getting quite a bit going up there. Okay, I feel like we got too many going into this output still. And not enough down. Well, what if we switch these? So this goes here, this goes here. Unfortunately, that's going to be really slow now. So close. Alright, do I have 20 red goes down here, 10 red goes on each side. Like, I like this structure. Because this is putting 5 green here. I can think of it that way. 5 green goes here. 20 red goes here. 30 blue goes here. That's a lot of blue. And then here we have 10 red on each output. So 5 and 5. So 40 here goes to 20 red, 10 red, 5. 5, 2, 2 and 3. 60, 30, 15, 15. Huh. So on your own, this might as well just go here then. So we are short a little bit in both of these. How quickly does this fill up? It's got a little bit extra. Okay, well. So we're both satisfied. We don't have enough red down here. But as we saw, 40 goes to 20, goes to 10, 5. If I take 5 red off of one of these, which one is getting... Do I have the extra to spare, or am I putting too much down here? Is that the problem? Is this one... If I put red down here... Okay, we were able to satisfy this. Still short here. Still short here, huh? With all of this red going here. The thing is, you require over half of the red. We're putting a quarter of the red here. Which means... Well, there's no point in using this balancer if I'm just doing this. Which is going to give us a problem where we're not getting this anymore. Yeah. So what do I want to do here? I know I could add more items, since I'm probably not going to be fast enough to get gold anyway. But that's not really the issue, because even if I added more nodes at the moment, I'm not entirely sure what that would do for me. So is this a case of just needing to start over? I think the balancer at the start kind of makes sense. Well, let's consider the blues, because that might be the issue. If I can get more blue going up here, maybe that helps. Because I have 60, which goes to 30. 30 on the blue. So yeah, that's 9 blues that could go elsewhere. So 15 plus half of 15. Which means that if I take another decision here off of the blue, this is 30. It's still 30 blues. I don't know if I want to mess with that. This 27 red is surprisingly the difficult part here. So this on its own gives me 20 red. Which means if I can just get 10 red out of this, I mean, if I'm not worrying about time, I could just put an expert system here. Well, no, I tried this, didn't I? We put it in an expert system. So 20 red goes down, 20 goes up, 10 goes up. Red goes here. So we now have 30 red here. So that's 30 red here, 30 blue here. Okay, so that leaves me 30 red and 30 blue gone. So 30, 10, and 10. That leaves me with 50 here, which is exactly what this requires. Okay, so this is why this is so tight. Because this has to be perfectly balanced then if we're doing it this way. So we have 25 going here. We need another 9. 25 going here, 25 going here. Of that 25, ten is red, so this is 15. This is 15 non-reds. So we need one of these to go here. Or rather, one of these, which is 5 green. Well, this is 25. 110. Which goes to 55. So 28 and 27. And do I assume that the first output is where it gets split to first, so it'll be 28 up and 27 down? There's a lot of assumptions in here that I don't like that I'm making. If we have 28 up, yeah, then we just need 6 here. We have 5 from here. But we can't just get 1 off of this. Okay, let's do the math on the other stuff again. 30 blue goes down here. That satisfies this, but it's too much. Is there... I keep looking at that, because the blue is an abundant resource. And I'm only using it really for this, and not caring about anything else. So can I siphon some of this off? We have 30 blue going through. Problem is... 30 blue goes through. Okay, so if we have 30 blue go through and then we split this, we now get 15 blue here, which gives us 15 here that we can put anywhere. Okay, and if we do that, that gets us 20 here. So we do need another 6 blue down here. Which is the problem with this. How balanced is this? Way too much up top. And here. Okay, so yeah, this expert system is no longer doing what I want. Well, we want only red here. Do we need the red from this, though? Probably. Yeah, because we're getting 20 red. 20 red comes down here. Yeah, okay, I think this is just rapidly... I'm just kind of going in circles here. Because I'm trying to keep too much stuff in my head at once because I don't have a way of showing notes on camera. So I'm actually... I think I'm actually just going to call it here. I'm just going to drop. I'm going to drop this game as a Let's Play. But I want to say, like, I am enjoying the game. I just think that this really isn't a good game for a Let's Play format, if that makes sense. Because it's a lot of just number crunching, and I'm trying to kind of, I guess they would call it vibe coding, and it's not working. Like, this is a game about precision. If I want these numbers to balance out, I just need to write them down and get the exact things going to the exact places. And yeah, and then because of how this game is recording on OBS, it's really a huge pain to actually take notes on my computer. And if I'm taking notes on paper, then people can't see that, and I think is really awkward. So yeah, ultimately, it's an interesting idea for a game, but I feel like the amount of precision that is required here is just not good for a live Let's Play format. So that's going to be While True, Learn. I guess we are now false. I will see you next time for another game.